We are now 26 days away from the Switch 2 Nintendo Direct, and most likely 26 days away until the next 3D Mario reveal. And that to me is already super exciting, but there's something with it that I have to definitely touch on, because I've seen tons of comments from both content creators and just straight up viewers like you guys stating how you can't wait for this next 3D Mario game and you really hope that it's Super Mario Odyssey 2. And I'm here to say, I really hope it's not. Why am I so against Odyssey 2 right now? Well, there's a lot that I have to unpack and explain to you why, but before we get there, of course, the question of the day. Today's question comes in from Steven Warmenbjork, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but states, if you could choose two Nintendo series to have a crossover with each other, what would they be? I mean, hands down, it would be Mario and Zelda. I know it's like the obvious answer, but I think it's the perfect one because they both would complement each other so well. Imagine having a game like Breath of the Wild, where you have this giant, vast open world to explore, but the shrines this time around are completed by doing 3D platforming challenges with Mario. So that's when Mario switches out and he does all these platforming challenges within these dungeons and has to get to the end of the room in order to collect whatever you're collecting in that game. And then back outside in the overworld, it's exploration and fighting with Link. I think that would be so phenomenal. That would be so much fun. And I think for that same very reason is why I want an open world Mario game so much, because I think both of those gameplay styles complement each other so well. Having this giant open world, you know, to explore and traverse and find secrets in and even uncover the map, and then you have these separate platforming challenges that you can really test your skills with in these like little linear rooms would be awesome. But definitely Mario and Zelda together, it has to happen eventually, right? If you want to have your hype comment featured in the next video, make sure you comment the word hype in all caps followed by your comment. Let's try to get some more that's actually focusing on Switch 2, whether it's the hardware itself or the software like the games coming to the platform. So why am I so against Super Mario Odyssey 2? I'm known as the Mario guy. I love every Mario, and trust me, I love Super Mario Odyssey. I feel like people are randomly turning on it now, saying it's actually not that good, and no, it is. It's really good. Is it my favorite still? It's probably still Sunshine, but Mario Odyssey is a freaking stellar game, and I really wanted an Odyssey 2. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of the biggest advocates for that. I was posting almost daily videos for 2 years talking about how an Odyssey 2 would be perfect. The formula is there. The capture mechanic is one of the best mechanics they've ever come out with, literally for almost any Nintendo game. I think that and actually the building from Tears of the Kingdom are peak when it comes to mechanic design. But still, I really wanted to see Odyssey 2, and I thought there was a lot of like little secrets and hints that Nintendo was giving us. For instance, you could even see Al Delfino placed onto the globe of that game, which looks like at one point in time it was planned. I was actually just even wanting DLC for that game, and we never really got proper DLC like New Kingdoms and New Moons to collect. And I remember feeling like there was just so much potential left on the board for this game, and it made me so upset that Nintendo never tapped into it. So many enemies that they didn't even cover that you could end up capturing for cool mechanics. So many different objects from past games that you could capture. Nothing else. It seemed like Mario Odyssey was going to be it, because around 2021, we got the reveal and release of Bowser's Fury, an additional side mode added to Mario 3D World. And I think this game alone is what changed my mind and maybe the minds of a lot of other people out there, because my eyes were kind of open once I played this. And I think after waiting several years, now about 7.5 years since Super Mario Odyssey released back in 2017, it's going to be year 8 at the end of this year. It's been a very long time, and I think my heart has definitely grown away from anything Super Mario Odyssey related. I love the game, I really wish there was a sequel back then, but I feel like the time is up now. We've been waiting so long, and a sequel to Super Mario Odyssey after, what, 8 years just wouldn't feel satisfying to me. After waiting this long for a game that uses the same engine and same mechanics, what in the world would have took them 8 years to develop this for? And going from Mario Galaxy 1 to Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii, it only took them 3 years. So the fact that we're already moving on to the next console and it's been 8 years almost, it definitely is saying to me that Odyssey is just not happening. But it's a lot more than me just feeling like the time is up for an Odyssey 2. I just feel like they can do a lot bigger and a lot better. After playing Bowser's Fury, it gave me the idea of literally them testing the waters. pun intended, I guess, technically, since you're on Lake Labcat the whole game. But they were testing the waters. It almost felt like a test program to see exactly how people would like Mario in a semi-open world. I mean, it was open world, it was just so small. And I feel like that was literally them just seeing how do we like moving around that world with Mario, and obviously people love it. A lot of people out there even claim it to be their favorite Mario game, which is kind of insane to me because it's just so daggone short. You can beat it in a handful of hours, but still, I can see why they love it so much. It gives Mario the freedom to explore the islands at his own leisure, collect cat shines anywhere he wants. Shines aren't as easily available as they are in something like Super Mario Odyssey, where you're not just going to ground pound and find a cat shine. You have to do individual missions from each island in order to gain that cat shine. And that idea right there set in my head from day one. And that's why for the last year or two, I've been posting videos about an open world 3D Mario game. Something that takes the foundation of Bowser's Fury and expands it into a giant open world. Maybe not as big as something like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but a giant world to traverse with tons of different regions and biomes to go to, with platforming challenges tucked in between each area. So imagine you're just traveling through this grassland, either driving a cart or riding Plessy or Yoshi or flying in the air as Tanuki Mario or your Feather Cape Mario, until eventually you come down on a shine or a star or whatever you're collecting in this game, and you have to do some type of platforming challenge, or you go through a door and it takes you to a platforming challenge room like the rooms we've had in Super Mario Odyssey. That is exactly what I want. Literally, the question of the day matches the theming of this video so much. I literally just stated that I think Zelda and Mario mushed together would be an awesome concept, and to have both Mario and Link in the same game working together as Link explores the overworld and Mario actually does the platforming challenges would be perfect. But I don't think there's anything wrong with having Mario also explore the overworld as well. He can actually have lots of exploration for once, allowing you to traverse the landscape and look in every nook and cranny and cave and lake for little secrets, and of course those secrets would be platforming challenge rooms. There'll be secret doors or warp points that actually takes you to these rooms where you have to complete these little platforming challenges, and of course some of them will be extremely hard and some of them will be a lot easier. However, I will say if Nintendo has the idea to somehow, some way keep Cappy within this game but not make it a Odyssey 2, I think would be great. The capture mechanic is amazing, and I would love to continue to complete challenge rooms and go throughout the overworld as a captured enemy, but that would kind of make people think that this is an Odyssey 2. I don't know how they want to handle that. This not too often where Nintendo brings back a mechanic that's so prevalent for a specific game, or let alone a character like that. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, but man, that mechanic is just so good to just let sit in the dust. But what I'm saying, with the Switch 2 coming out, and this long wait for 3D Mario, and this probably being year one of Switch 2, and probably the big holiday game of this year, or at least very early next year, I'm expecting this Mario game to go above and beyond our wildest expectations. I don't know if we've ever had to wait this long for a 3D Mario game, so it's kind of telling me that Nintendo is absolutely cooking, and I'm going to trust them because they really hardly ever let me down with a 3D Mario game. So I'm going to let them do their thing, I'm going to let them cook, and I feel like something great is coming, but I don't think it's Odyssey 2. I think that ship has sailed, that train has left the station, the cab is gone. I don't think Odyssey 2 is happening, and I actually hope it's not, because I feel like with this time that we've been waiting and the potential that they have in their hand right now from their concept of what they did with Bowser's Fury, they could really pull something phenomenal out of their sleeve. I'm talking a Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom equivalent, but for the Mario franchise. This game is going to be huge, mark my words, and we might only have 26 days until we get to see it for ourselves. So let me know in the comments down below how excited you are for the next 3D Mario game. Are you on Team Odyssey 2 or something completely new? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.